People show up at the movies. That's right, people like you. Well, this time, gang, we're all going to play a fun little game. We're going to pretend that we're all civilized human beings. You know, raised to be good little boys and girls who would never think of smoking or yelling or in general making a nuisance of yourself. So let's all hush our faces, sit back, no smoking of course, and really enjoy this socially significant movie. But don't forget, I'm going to be in the very last row watching all of you. And if you get rowdy, I may have to harm your body. But if you're very, very quiet, I may give you a shiny new dime after the movie if you can find me, so shh. This is Larry Lujack. Animal Stories is more than just a feature on my morning WLS radio program. It's a serious responsibility, one that requires research, determination, and courage. My beat is the animal kingdom, my job to give you its news firsthand. I wouldn't have it any other way. Right, little Tommy?
Right, Uncle Lair.
Good morning, chillins. It's time for Animal Stories.
Mornings with Larry Lujack on WLS.
Tell you what, me, nothing comes easy. I've been waiting for Larry Lujack for hours. I figure if I got this morning show on WLS, well, then I get some respect, pardon me. For WLS, they're bigger than ever. I hear everyone listens to Larry Lujack. But see, they got some new faces around here. Well, he's got music, news, traffic. I had your brother for dinner, and I tell you, Larry Lujack, he appreciates comedy. Oh, he'll be glad to see me. Hey, Larry.
Easy, fella. I tell you, I don't get no respect.
If you have a little trouble getting started in the morning.
Donald, are you up?
What you need is a little animal behavior.
Time for Larry Lujack's Animal Stories.
Uncle Lair gets more people going than anyone else. So if he can't get you started, nothing can.
Larry Lujack, Superjock.
On WLS, AM 89 and FM 94.7. If you have a little trouble getting started in the morning, what you need is a little cheap trash.
Larry Lujack's cheap, trashy showbiz report. Flash Hollywood.
What you need is Chicago's favorite morning disc jockey.
Larry Lujack.
Uncle Lair gets more people going than anyone else. So if he can't get you started, nothing can.
Larry Lujack, Superjock.
You've hit 94.7 WLS-FM, playing all the hits.
And it's hard to say just how some things never change. And it's hard to find. She said you was not what I had planned.
Case in point, a group of people carried away by a radio station playing all their favorite hits. WLS-FM 94.7. Hit it.
Welcome to a special movie edition of WLS Animal Stories, starring your charming and delightful old Uncle Lair and him.
Little Tommy.
Today's animal story is really exciting, little Tommy.
Yeah, we're going to do some amazing animal tricks.
But not unless the audience follows some simple rules.
Isn't that a bribe, Uncle Lair?
Yeah, little Tommy, I guess it is. First, no smoking inside the theater. Second, no littering. And third, okay, you promise? On with the show.
Can I have a drum roll, please? Cock-a-doodle-doo.
A chicken out of thin air. Outstanding, little Tommy.
Thanks, Uncle Lair. Now do your trick.
Okay, little Tommy, we're going to show everyone how they can hypnotize chickens in the privacy of their own home and amaze their friends at parties. First, we calm the chicken down, make him a little drowsy. We stick his head down here and draw a straight line out from his beak, and his eyes concentrate on the line. And then when I take my hand away, he will stay there until I wake him up.
Hey, it's some bribe, Uncle Lair.
Right. We came through with our part of the bargain. Now it's your turn. Remember, you promised to be nice. Until next time, I thank you, little Tommy thanks you, and
the chicken thanks you.
will stay there like that because he's hypnotized until I wake him up. Truly a classic film and one we've all seen many times. Hi, I'm Larry Lujack.
And I'm Tommy Edwards. Today on Not So Sneak Previews, we'll explore the fascinating world of the movie theater. Larry starts with a film called Das Floor.
Das Floor is a realistic, hard-hitting film.
as we'll see in this scene, which provides a close-up look at what goes down on the floor of a movie theater. I think this film gives moviegoers a lot to kick around. I absolutely agree, Larry. Well, on to our Turkey of the Week. This week's turkey is a film titled Down in Front, and it's a graphic depiction of what can happen in a movie theater when people don't behave properly. What a nasty film. I agree, little Tommy. This film completely misses the point of how enjoyable the movies are when people don't smoke or talk in the theater. Well put, Uncle Lair. Well, next week, we'll see an action film about the men who risk life, limb, and reputation reviewing movies. It's called The Critics. Here's a look.
I don't know about you, Jeffrey, but I don't think anybody ought to miss that. Neil, for once I agree with you. I give it a yes vote on the cast alone.
Well, that's it for now. Join us again for Not So Sneak Previews, and don't forget to save us a spot on your radio dial. So long. Meh.
Chicken will never be able to get your fat Danny out of my way. Coming down your head. Ooh, nice shot.
Bigfoot Incorporated stamping out abominable behavior in movie theaters, and what can we do for you? You do. You do. We'll be right there. Uncle Lair,
What?
here's a guy smoking, talking, trashing, and being abominable in a movie theater.
Smoking? Talking? Trashing? Being a rude? There's only one way to handle a guy like that.
You don't mean...
Yeah. Bigfoot.
Hey, let's be careful out
Good idea.
Hey, Chick, where'd you pick the creep up?
Where's the guy?
He's in there.
Jesus, we got a little phone call from your mother.
We don't like animal story.
Thank goodness we have Bigfoot Inc. to make the theater safe for normal, mature people.
What a bunch of nice guys.
Okay, Fred, I'll raise you 1,000.
You call a little Tommy.
What do I do? You give away money. Boy, Steve, they'll let anyone in this game.
Yeah, Gare. And we're in for thousands.
Those are big stakes.
They don't call this game big money for nothing.
They don't call this game big money at all. They call it winning songs. The winner gets big money.
How, Uncle Lair?
Listening to WLS AM 89 and FM 94.7, starting with me each weekday morning.
But when do I go fish? Somebody get him out of the game.
Wait and fuel, little Tommy.
Okay. I got this game down now.
Hey, we're not playing that game anymore.
What? We're playing bumper stickers.
Well, how do you play that?
You stick it and win.
Are you guys trying to pull a fast one?
No, Fred's dealing it straight. All you have to do is listen to WLS AM or FM to find out how this bumper sticker on your car can win you your big prizes and your big money.
Oh. Well, when do you hit me?
Right now.
Get your bumper sticker in the Chicago Tribune, Sunday, May 6th.
From North Michigan and Wacker, hi, welcome to PM Magazine. I'm Joanne Williams.
And I'm Mike Lederman. Tonight we're heading for the Stone Container Building, the home of WLS Radio, where a friend of ours works.
You're going to meet Larry Lujack. He's Chicago's top rock DJ, and Michael spent the day with him. We're going to find out what it's like to be the Superjock on a radio show. Right now, let's join Michael and say good morning to Larry Lujack.
As you can see from the clock, this is about the time most of us start our day at work. But across the street at WLS Radio, Larry Lujack has been up for hours. That's his job, to wake the rest of us up, and he does by the hundreds of thousands. Larry's the top rock DJ here in Chicago and one of the top of the United States, and he's got a style that is his own.
Good morning, starshine. The earth says hello.
If Larry Lujack seems to have Michigan Avenue all to himself, it's not just because it's 4 o'clock in the morning and he's on his way to work at WLS Radio. The man who modestly calls himself Superjock has been the most popular DJ in Chicago Top 40 radio for better than 10 years.
At one time, my big dream in life was to go to college and major in wildlife conservation at the University of Idaho and work for the Idaho Fish and Game Department and save the world's wildlife. This is Larry Lujack. Animal Stories is more than just a feature on my morning WLS radio program. It's a serious responsibility.
While Larry ended up behind a mic instead of in a tree, he hasn't forgotten his animal friends. He and fellow jock Tommy Edwards are best known for animal stories.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Right, little Tommy?
Right, Uncle Lair.
Good morning, chillins. It's time for Animal Stories.
Hi, Tommy. Hi, Uncle Lair. Good morning, everybody. First, the headlines, which I lost.
Lujack promises all the animal stories, to the best of his knowledge, are true.
It says here that on one particularly cold morning, the husband awoke to see, snuggled securely against his wife, fast asleep, a full-grown raccoon.
Oh, wow.
Which had come in with the cats.
Larry gets his animal stories from the wire service reports and from letters sent by listeners. Over 200 arrive each week at the station, along with some rather unusual presents.
Yes, sir. It's some new kind of mouse trap. This is a trap called Stick-'em. You just put these down, the little mouse comes running up there, and that's all the farther he goes.
This is Larry's Animal Stories scrapbook. Now, I can't show you the pictures because they are, as he says, a little coarse, but there's no doubt in Larry's mind about the most bizarre animal story he ever put on the air.
I think the most unusual and the most bizarre was the story of Mike the Headless Rooster. And this is a legit story in Fruita, Colorado, back in 1945. This farm woman decided to have chicken for dinner. Takes old Mike out to the chopping block. Chops off his head. Now, most chickens you chop off there, they flop around for a while. Mike, after his head was chopped off, stood up and walked off. They fed him with an eyedropper, just right down the esophagus, and occasionally dropped a kernel of corn down there. Okay, he still had one ear here somewhere. He would hear other roosters crow, and he would try, but it just came out gurgle, 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 like that.
Lujack started Animal Stories when he first came to Chicago in the late 60s. Back then, the FCC required radio stations to broadcast daily agriculture reports. Now, these went about as well with Top 40 Rock Radio as Sing Along with Mitch. But leave it to Larry to find something better to read than the hog prices out of Joliet.
I started reading farm magazines and farm newspapers and finding these weird stories about farm animals, you know, farmers getting gored to death by their Holstein bulls and little old ladies getting trampled by horses, whatever, and logging it as farm news.
The rest, as they say, is history.
22 years of broadcasting, it is the most widely accepted, popular thing I've ever done.
14 of those 22 years have been spent in Chicago, where his irreverence, wit, and fast mouth have brought him shoulder to shoulder with the famous and made him one of the best-known and highest-paid disc jockeys in the country. His salary is far into six figures.
The rumor is that I'm above scale.
This wasn't always the case. Starting in radio in his home state of Idaho, Lujack had a problem. He kept getting fired because his mouth kept getting him into trouble on the air. Take this example.
Something I said after a Volkswagen commercial, and the dealer heard it and thought that somehow I was trying to imply that his Volkswagen dealership was a cover for an underground Nazi movement in this country, and he was going to sue the station and sue me and sue everybody else, so the station thought they could get him off their back by, you know, lopping off my head, which they proceeded to do.
But one thing about Larry Lujack, he also kept getting hired. From Boise to Spokane to Seattle, Boston, and Chicago, Superjock has stayed on top.
I've been very lucky in my career. I was always in the right place at the right time with whatever the hell they were looking for at the moment. And I work hard. I always have.
Larry's audience isn't just kids, and he keeps the adults interested with timely features. Besides animal stories, there's the cheap, trashy showbiz report. The stars from around the world or around town.
Stealing stuff out of the columns this morning, Aaron Gold's column. Aaron says that Lola Falana is accusing Johnny Carson of blackballing her from his Tonight Show because she's a friend of Wayne Newton. And also in Aaron's column, this shocker. Aaron says that our town's newest romantic couple is Channel 2's weekend anchor Carrie Cochran and the station's entertainment reporter Bob Surratt. Carrie, get serious. Believe me, you can do a lot better.
Then there's the feeling Lujack's listeners get that every commercial he reads can be an adventure.
Only takes a few minutes to replace a weak shower head, but what a difference it'll make the first time you use it. A sticky ball cock in a toilet tank not only makes an annoying sound, but wastes precious water too.
With his hand over his earphone, Larry Lujack is the ultimate rock jock.
I am Superjock, a registered trademark with the United States government. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm a shining example to the youth of America. Get away from me. How does he do it?
Don't be cruel.
I am a credit to the industry, aren't I, Mike?
Baby, if I made you mad,
I surpassed all my goals. Now I don't know what to do.
don't forget my past. The future looks bright ahead. Don't be cruel.
I'm the best there is, Mike, and the best that there ever will be.
Larry Lujack, Superjock.
You know, when I came to WLS, I had heard Larry a number of years ago and thought that Larry was fantastic. It was unfortunate at WCFL, they didn't let him do very much.
It's 12:30 a.m., 45 degrees in Chicago with the world's most beautiful music, all day and all night. Beautiful music, all day, all night, WCFL.
What's Larry? He's, what, 83 years old now? I heard him when I was a kid.
Larry's too gruff, you know. The other day, he just quit smoking and drinking coffee. I went up to him, I said, hey, how's it going? I was genuinely concerned. He went, about average. You know, why waste your time talking to guys like that?
Steve, it's an image. He really just wants to be in Idaho.
It's an image, except that I'm here in the station, and I was at the front desk getting my messages. I don't need his image.
It's like the Easter Bunny going out without the costume on.
We had a jock meeting every once in a while, about once every 3 weeks or so. They'd get all the announcers together in the conference room here, and all the rest of us would sit at the table while Mike McCormick, the program director, would be slamming his fist on the table going, damn it, now damn it, now damn it, now damn it, now damn it. And Lar would be over laying on his back in a corner of the conference room with the Chicago Tribune rolled up, looking up at the ceiling, and all of a sudden, after about 20 minutes, he'd say, Mike, there's a fly up there on the ceiling.
Get your bumper sticker in the Chicago Tribune, Sunday, May 6th.
Time for Larry Lujack's Animal Stories.
Lujack with a rolled-up newspaper just looking into outer space.
Pretending he had a periscope.
With his feet up.